Well, are you a mathematics student or a mathematics teacher and still struggling to remember the values in this table? For example, if I ask you what is sine 0 or what is cos 180, would you struggle to answer? If the answer is yes, please stay tuned. And these few minutes will change your life for good. And I can guarantee if you just watch this complete video, you will remember these values for rest of your life. So let's begin. Hi, my name is Jay, and we are going to jump straight to the topic. So let's start with absolute basic. So if we take a right angle triangle, and if we just look at the definition of what these terms mean. So this is a right angle triangle, say, and this is forming 90-degree. And say if this angle is theta, all right? Now, if this measure, say A, this length is A, that is the opposite side to angle theta. The adjacent side measures B, and say the hypotenuse is measuring H. So in that case, the definitions are simple. Sine theta is nothing but the opposite side upon the hypotenuse, and cos theta is the adjacent side upon the hypotenuse. Now, having got these basics clear, you might still be wondering how does it map to these angles 0, 90, 180, and so on. And for that, I'm going to introduce you to a great method called the unit circle method. So let's draw a circle, simple circle, okay? And draw, let's look at the center of this circle. So if I take this one, oops, if I take this one and draw straight line, and here similarly, if I draw a straight line, and say if we take this as the origin, that is this coordinate is 0, 0, that is center as the origin, okay? And when I say unit circle now, that means what I mean is the length of these is 1, whichever way we go. So this length is 1. So the radius is basically 1 unit. Now 1 unit could be anything. It could be 1 centimeter, 1 millimeter, 1 kilometer, it doesn't matter. But the length is 1, say. So now could you tell me if this length is 1 for this radius, what would be the coordinate of this point? So coordinates would be 1, 0, right? Because on x-axis we have moved by 1 unit, but on y-axis, so there is no vertical movement, so y coordinate is still 0. Similarly, could you tell me the coordinates for this point here, this intersection? Yes, you're right. It is 0, 1, because we have not moved on the x-axis, but we have moved by 1 unit on the y-axis. Could you tell me the coordinates for this point? Okay. So you must have guessed it right. It is -1, 0, because we have moved to the left of the origin by 1 unit, right? And finally, if we talk about this particular point, it is very similar, right? It is 0, so no movement on the x-axis, but -1 on the y-axis. So far, so good. So that is why I called it a unit circle, because the radius itself is 1 unit.